mine diamonds and herons. This is Ludwigshafen. Hope.
Ja, richten wir schon auf ein, deswegen läuft es aber trotzdem.
Eagle Jerk, Hump Have a Hump will be playing here this evening.
Richtig, wir sind in jedem Fall drauf.
5 after 8.
Läuft trotzdem normal ein.
Thanks for all these diamonds and herons for showing up. There'd be a rehearsal, and he hates rehearsal. So this is what happened. Let's see. We started in Berlin. We had 7,000 people there. It was a disaster show. All the were screaming at me. It was too loud in the house, so I turned it down, and it ruined it on stage for Ange. Ange got totally pissed off. Fired Mike. Came back the next day. Had a great show. Still fired Mike. Had a German guy come in and do it. He did okay the first show, but Mike helped him set up the sound. But Mike was hiding on the bus because Engelbert sent him home, but we didn't let him get sent home. This is the bus, yeah, and then the next day, let's see, we had a double show, and they started the show, and then Engelbert called me down. Oh, they went through 3 engineers during the show, and then Engelbert called me down from the house. I finished the show. I had a terrible show. Engelbert had a bad show. Then the next day, the next show, Engelbert was calling me out of the house. I refused to go down. I said, no way, forget it. Money in my hand or I don't go. So then the next day after that, Engelbert calls me in the dressing room and says, hello, Mike's here. I said, no, Engelbert, he's not here. That's where we are up to today. That's only the last 4 days.
European
Somebody
tour.
put a flashlight on him.
European tour, Germany.
Just shut everything down, everybody walk
Okay.
out.
And go.
Everybody make a speech.
And This Is Your Life, European tour of Germany,
Let's do it.
89.
I'll do it.
My name is Michael Benedetti.
What
I
would you
turn
do?
knobs. Here's what happened. Started the tour off. Things were going great. I was godlike. Pulled it all together. Made it sound great. And loved it. Things were going great. Then I did 10 shows. I had one bad one in Berlin. Fired my ass. Insisted he needed a German microphone and a German engineer because that's what the problem was. Next day, couldn't get him a German engineer. Couldn't get him a German microphone. Gave him a Japanese microphone, and yours truly, once again, on the board. He was thrilled about the whole situation. Tried the Japanese mic, which cost half the price of the microphone we're using. Insisted that it was much, much better. He thought it was German. We never told him it wasn't. Used it for one song, put it down, went back to the original mic, loved it. I was godlike. The show went great. Got fired at the end of that because he still wanted a German engineer even though I gave him a great show. Who knows? Time for the loony bin. Then, the next show, he has a German engineer up there. The German engineer, Robert. Robert gets on the console, does the show, right? The show was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. About 3/4 of the way through the show, he asked me to get on and help him. I tried to help him out. There was hideous feedback. It was out of control. There was nothing I could do. Called Louis down from the audience. Louis.
Self spot.
And I came down and ruined the show.
Okay.
Louis went down to the monitor console. I quickly replaced Louis in the house and moved that one reverb fader to pull the whole house mix back together again. Louis went down there. He couldn't make it happen either. So then what happened was, at the end of the show, he walked off and said, Robert, we call him Fritz. He said, Robert, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Michael, you're fired. I was fired. I was happy. I wanted to go home. Suddenly, the phone rings. It's yours truly, the slime guy crawls out from under a rock. Says, whatever you do, don't let Michael Benedetti leave the country. I'm being held prisoner, okay? So here I am. Wait a minute. I've been fired, but no, I can't go home. So what do they decide to do? They hide me in a bus because if Engelbert sees me, he will be so pissed off. So here's the plan. Now I'm supposed to hide in the bus, and I'm supposed to be godlike. And when this whole shit falls apart, like in 3, 4, 5 days, suddenly I'm supposed to miraculously reappear and pull it all back together again. The best laid plans always fuck up. Here's what really happened. Wilfred, who's a buddy of everybody on this crew, decides, oh no, what happened was, so that show, the next show, is a double show. The first show,
If you ever need a spot up,
first show, Robert is on the console,
damn good, aren't it?
mixes about
White
2,
hands.
3 songs.
Tighten it.
All hell breaks loose. I'm hiding out at the
Fade
house
out.
console at this point. All hell breaks loose. He wants Robert off the console. Starts insisting that Louis come down and do monitors again. Louis refuses. He's to the point where he's begging Louis to come back. Louis just holds his ground and says, no fucking way. At this point, Chuck has to do something. So he comes up to the house console and says, hey, Louis.